Hey folks, Dad here with Elevation Diecast Racing, and this is going to be a bonus bus race. The original race took place at BlueLine Racing, and for those of you who missed the bus, here's your chance to catch a ride. So today, we are going to go through the 16 entries minus BlueLine Racing. He put in a house bus. I put in a house bus. 16 will start. Everybody's going to race. I used a random wheel generator to pick the first round, and the eight fastest are going to move on, then 4, then 2. And as the wheel would have it, in lane number 2 is JAC Racing, and lane number 1 is one of Flip's entries from Flip's Racing, Low Country Diecast Racing League. Don't miss the bus. Take 2 is underway. Ooh, 2036 by JAC. And switching lanes. Run number 2. 2035 to 36. Next 2 up would be one of 2 sent in from Bavarian Diecast. It's the CQ School Bus, and he'll be taking on E67 Diecast Racing in his Disney Parks 2017. Ooh, 2033 to 65. And switching lanes. 2032 to 67. The record here at Mile High was set by my bus, of course. 2016. So that's the target. I don't mind. I want to see something beat it. Next up is going to be Abnormal Speed Racing in his Hot Wheels Racing Academy bus. He'll be taking on the Disney Parks 2020 from Numbskull Racing. Woo! 2041 to 2136. And switching lanes. Woo! 2042 to 31. Next 2 coaches staged and ready. In lane number 1 is Umi Racing taking on Bavarian Diecast Racing all the way from Germany. Woo! 2020 to 27. 2020, a very fast time. Good runs. 2021 and an unknown 10,000 beat by the Bavarian Bomber. Good race. Next 2 coaches staged and ready all the way from Canada. In lane number 2, it's Hippie Wild Child Racing. We'll be taking on Dad's race team from Elevation Diecast Racing. Ooh, 2032 to 50. And switching lanes. 2032 to 52. Next 2 staged and ready. It is one of Flip's 3 entries in lane number 1, taking on the Scale Racing Channel in the far lane. Good race. 2020 to 28. And switching lanes. 2023 to 26. All right, next up, staged and ready. In lane number 1 is Bobby D's Lakeside Raceway, taking on JAC Racing's 2nd entry. Good race. 2030 to 34. And switching lanes. Oh yeah, 2025. Wow, to 34. Okay, last run of the first round. Flip's 3rd entry in lane number 2, and my little house bus. The Greyhound's gonna get got here. Oh my Lanta. 2024 to 71. And switching lanes. 2030 to 78. And here are the 8 moving on to round number 2. Fastest time 2020 so far. Slowest time 2032. All right, in lane number 1 is Bavarian Diecast Racing taking on the Scale Racing Channel in lane number 2. Good race. 2024 to 25. And switching lanes. Good race. 2022 to 24. Next 2 coaches staged and ready. Umi Racing in lane number 1, taking on number 9, Flips Racing. Wow, good race. 22 to 24, Umi. And switching lanes. Woo, 2020 by Umi. Oh my Lanta. Next two up, JAC number 4 and Flip number 11. Woo, 2024 to 27. Flip with the 2024. Wow, 2030 to 34. And here we go. Elevation Diecast Racing in lane number 1, taking on E67 Diecast in lane number 2. Should be a good race. They look like the same bus, but they're not. 2025 by Elevation. And switching lanes. 2023. Top 4 times are on the board, and as you can see, I kept track of the faster second time to decipher those. Let's get to it. And there's a couple lessons to be learned here. Number 1, this is why I don't race in my own races unless it's part of a circuit, racing at multiple tracks like we did in the Scale Mile High Valley tournament, because I have an advantage. It's my track, and you should have the home track advantage. The winner of this race, JAC Racing and Flip in second place, this is a different track. I don't know how to explain it, but this is the difference between the two tracks. And it's just interesting to see what happens at different venues. I don't even think I made the top 8 in the other one. I'd have to go back and watch the footage. But we have Umi Racing, Bavarian Diecast Racing, Elevation Diecast, and Scale Racing Channel. Let's get a final 2. Umi Racing in lane number 2 and Scale Racing Channel in the close lane. Wow, good race. 22 to 24. And switching lanes. Good race. 21 to 22. Wowzer. And we have Bavarian Diecast Racing in the outside lane. Elevation Diecast on the inside lane. Good race. Oh my Lanta. 2019. And switching lanes. 2023 to 30. And there it is. So it'll be Bavarian Diecast and Scale Racing Channel in the final race. Let's go ahead and roll off Umi and Elevation's buses to see what'll happen for third. I don't know what happened to my coach. He kind of fell off. He's on the outside lane. Woo, Umi with a 2020. And switching lanes. Umi with the exclamation point. He'll be third. All right, this will be the final race, and the winner of this race will get a shot at the record, running solo laps to see if they can set the record here for this size of a vehicle. This will be for the jumbo class record. So we got Scale Racing Channel in lane number 1 and Bavarian Diecast Racing in lane number 2. We'll switch lanes twice, and fastest time after lane swaps twice was going to be your overall winner at the last stop race for Don't Miss the Bus. Woo-wee! Bavarian with a 22 to 23. First lane switch. Wow, 2018. Getting close to the record is Bavarian. Pass number 3. Wow, 2020 to 24. Last one. Woo, what a race. Bavarian 2020 to 2021. And your overall winner will be Bavarian Diecast Racing with his run of 2018. Wow. Just spectacular. Congratulations, Bavarian Diecast Racing. You are the winner of the last stop at Elevation. Scale Racing Channel coming in second place, and Umi Re Racing placing third on the podium here at Elevation for the last stop race of Don't Miss the Bus. And it looks like my bus is going to get a workover. Very disappointing. Let's see if the Bavarian Bomber can capture the record. Again, the record is 2016. I'll give him 4 shots to do it. Pass number 1. 2018. Ooh. Pass number 2. 2012. Oh my Lanta. That is a record. That is one fast bus. 2016. And for run number 4, 2015. So there is the Bavarian Bomber putting on a 2012 set today, 6.2. Don't miss the bus. Whew, that's one fast ride you got, Marcus. I want to thank everybody who sent a bus in for this race. Thank you very much for participating. I will get these out here over the next 7 days or so, and with the exception of JAC Racing, we're still waiting on a trophy for your win over at BlueLine. You are the Don't Miss the Bus champion. This was just some extracurricular activity racing. Nevertheless, the record has been set. Whew, crazy. 2012. That's going to be a tough one to beat. Again, thank you for watching, and we will see you for Pedal to the Metal 14. Coming up maybe sooner than next weekend. Those cars are ripped and ready to go. We going to give it another couple days to pick your ride. So we'll see you on race day. Remember, if your car isn't fast, at least it'll look good on the shelf. See ya.